Hello, my name is Victor, and this may or may not be my very first YouTube video. I haven't decided yet. My daughter thinks I have way too many hobbies, and we should probably put me doing what I do and call it my hobby prison or something like that nature. Anyway, I'm pretty excited today because I just picked up this 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. Got a great deal on it. Let me show you the pictures. 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. It's got, the reason why I got it, besides that it's in this condition and with a blown motor, but the motor is the 4.7 liter HO, and I can't remember the miles on it. Like, they're high, of course, but the body's straight, the paint's good, there's absolutely no rust on it, the tires are good, the back gate opens. I mean, it's just super clean in here. And I've been watching some videos on it, and I think I could fix it. I got a lot of tools. So you can thank, well, I should probably thank my boy over there at Pole Barn Garage, Dalton, for doing this. He probably knows me, or he probably doesn't, but he's a guy, you should check out his channel, Pole Barn Garage. He takes like old pieces of crap and gets them running. He doesn't restore them, he's not making them perfect, but man, he's a fun guy to watch. So you should check out his channel. Anyway, if you don't like this video, it's his fault. And if you do like this video, that's his fault, because he was my inspiration. Anyway, I'm not sure how to do this. Like I said, this is my first video. Try to do something progressive and see if I get better at doing it. But the guy said the motor was blown, but it drives. I didn't drive it over here to my house. I had it towed over. But it drove. I towed it over and I drove it onto the driveway. This is my helper. That's my boy Ian. Say hi.
Hi.
This might be his once we get it fixed. He's too young to drive now, but the idea is to get it running, four-wheel the hell out of it, and then give it to him when he turns 16. Anyway, I can't remember what I was saying, but here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to check the compression, see how that is, and it runs. So then I'll check the oil pressure. I'll test the oil pressure and see what kind of pressure it's putting out. And like I said, this is my first time. I'll try to do it. Hope you all have a great day. All right, we're getting ready to strip this motor down. We're going to take in this motor and take all the top part off. So I can get to the spark plugs. We got to take all the spark plugs out, hook up a compression tester in it, and check it out. And the spark plugs are, I don't know if you can see it, but they're right down there, and over here they're right down there. So we're gonna get the air cleaner off. It shouldn't be a big deal. If I run into some problems, I'll turn it back on and show you how I figured it out. All right, this is what we've done. So there's the screws. We got this off. This was easy. There's four clips around the corners, and then this unhooks from the box in the Jeep, and you gotta hang on to these screws, and this is the filter, and it just came right off the fender, and I don't think it's supposed to do that. There's probably missing some clips or screws or something in there. So then what we did, the tricky part was here, because there's a bolt right up under here that we had to get to. And we went over on this side right here, and then we had to get this in the back. Right there, and then this thing came off. So we got that out of the way. Okay, so now that's out of the way. We got to get the spark plugs out. And they're right under these coils. So we've got to undo all the coils, clear to the back. And I don't know if we'll have to move the fuel rail or not, but it looks like it's the same on both sides. And maybe if I ever get a cameraman to help me, we can film me doing some of this weird stuff. But we're gonna get started on taking the coils out. We're taking off the driver's side coils right now. I don't know really how to do it, but we're just gonna fumble our way through it. Ian's gonna be recording how I'm doing it, and I just don't think it's gonna be that hard. It's just a coil, you unscrew it and pull it out, so we'll see. All right, I got one coil out right there. I put it's just held in by this screw, and maybe a little bit of friction holding it on the spark plug. But basically, you just unscrew that. I had to get my screwdriver and wedge it out of there, and then I just put that nut back on that stud so I didn't lose it. It should be pretty easy. Come on, there, it's coming out. There we go. All right, and then you just pull this off. Oh, here's a, I don't know what that is. And this should just come out. Just kind of pry it up a little bit. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it, just tiny amounts. Come right up. Okay, we'll get back to you when I get the rest of the coils out. Thanks. All right, so we got this side out. All the coils are out of this side. These connectors, they're pretty easy to get out if you know what you're doing, but since I don't know what I'm doing, they were a little hard. I don't know what this is, but it went on this part right here. All the nuts are back on the studs. This came off of that air cleaner contraption. And now we're gonna do this side. This side looks like it's gonna be a lot easier to get to. I had a little problem back here trying to reach the nut that's on the stud to get that out. I think trying to get the spark plug out of there is probably gonna be a lot of fun too, but that's where we're at so far. Everything's pretty much not been real difficult yet.
I'm taking the bolt out of this because we need to get to this back one. We can't get it because this big cord is in the way, so I'm taking this out. So now that I've got this loose, we are going to have to take this out and move it. We are not keeping it like this. We are obviously going to put it back. I just need to grab this and pull it out of here. Now I need the screwdriver. That. So I am trying to get this gauge out, or whatever it's called, to get to the coil back here. But for some reason it's not coming out, and I don't know why. We need to get this out so we can unhook it. So what you want to do is you want to take the top of the screwdriver, like what I'm doing. You want to pull it down and you want to pull the coil out, like that. We are now starting to get the third or fourth coil.
This is the fourth coil. All right, we got it. Now, if we can get it out of there, that's a trick. Now, move this out of the way, maybe. There. Yeah, just gotta move that out of the way. Maybe, I don't know. Probably break it. Might not. Probably will. All right. Come on. Okay. It's coming out. Ouch. Okay, this. Man, these are tricky. I guess that's a good thing. They won't come out when you don't want them to. They're not going to come out when you want them to. They won't come out when you don't. Wonder if we just need to get a tiny little screwdriver.
Maybe.
Got it. All right. We're just going to call that the day. We're going to call it a day. Here we're back at it today. We're going to try to pull the spark plugs today. It's windy and cold. See, we live in Wyoming, so our spring starts about 2 days ago. Our first spring lasts for a couple days, then we get a week of cold weather. Then we get our second spring, might last a week if we're lucky. Anyway, it keeps going on and on like that. So weather's starting to cool off again. It's gonna snow soon, and so I don't know how much we'll get done of this, but I'm gonna try to pull the plugs today. So come along with me and we'll see how far we get. Now yesterday we pulled the coils off, so today we're going to try to take the plugs out. And they're clear down here in a pretty deep little... I don't want to twist it too hard, but man, they're in there. Well, I'm going the wrong way for one. Let's go counterclockwise, Vic. Pretty stupid. Old Dalton would be pretty disappointed in me, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a deep well socket for these, but I went and bought a socket for spark plugs because there's no way I'm going to get this out of there unless I had a spark plug socket. A deep well socket just won't get them out. Anyway, if I run any I'm just going to continue to pull these out of here, and if we run into any problems, I'll cut you back in and we'll work through it together. All right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Look how burnt and all scored up that is. I've never seen a spark plug like that, but we'll see how the rest of them look. That's cylinder number 1. All right, so we're back getting this rear spark plug out. It's a challenge. It's in a real weird spot and having trouble getting it just the right angle. I tried a small extension and then a medium extension and this long extension, and I'm pretty sure between all 12 of them we can get the spark plug out, but I'll tell you what, it's just not popping out because it wants to. We pulled out all 8 spark plugs, and you know, it's been a long time since I've seen a spark plug, but I don't remember seeing that being so tiny. I thought it was burnt out the first one I took, but these are all the same. Let me know if that's the way they're supposed to be, or if they're different. But spark plugs are out. Now we're going to do a compression check and see how the cylinders are firing. Okay, I got a new battery. When I bought the Jeep, it didn't have a battery in it. We're going to install that. Pretty simple. And I didn't get a very expensive battery yet. I'm going to get a spendier one later, but this will do good for right now. We just want to get something in here that's gonna start our vehicle, at least crank it so we can do the compression check. So positive, negative, definitely gonna need a new one of those. Okay, I'm just gonna hit it and see if it turns over. Okay, we'll see if the battery's good. Oh, it's good. There we go. Shoot, we almost bought this thing with a full tank of gas. 184,597 miles is what this has got on it. So that's a lot of miles, but this is in great shape. I'm really excited about this Jeep. I rented this compression tester from AutoZone, and apparently you kind of buy it, use it till you get done with it, and bring it back, and then they give you your money back. So this is set up and ready to check. But we need to pull a fuse or two. We don't want the car to pump gas. So what we're gonna do is the fuse box. It says for access to fuses, relay squeeze tabs to release cover. I don't see, oh, there it goes, yeah. All right, so we want to find the fuel. Fuel pump number 24. It's on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on this one. The injectors, the fuel pump. It's the fuel pump and 20 amp, and we want to pull that. Sometimes they have a little puller, but clipped up here or something somewhere, but they don't have one. Did you get it?
Here, hold this.
Why do you got a big X on your hand?
Oh, that's from the cat.
Oh.
Here, I'm gonna get pliers.
All right. She got needle nose pliers and got it out. That's how we got that one out. So go put that by the spark plugs so we don't lose it. All right, so we should be good with that. I'm thinking if I want to take out any ignition parts, but I don't know. I think the fuel injector would probably be just fine. All right, we're gonna try the compression check now and we'll see what we're at. Turn it over till I say to stop. Maybe. Here he goes, I can hear the beeping. Keep going. Okay, stop. Keep going, do it again. Stop. All right, so we've got good compression there. The number one cylinder's got 150. So 150 on that number one cylinder. I'm gonna go through and check all of them. You do the same thing on every cylinder. I'm gonna write it down and we'll get back to you. We'll go over what the results are. But this firing order is, if you're looking at the engine on the left-hand side, that's number one cylinder, not left-hand, the driver's side. It's 1, and then it goes just across 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All we're gonna do is the left bank and then the right bank. And then we'll show you what the results were. We're all done with the compression test. Have you got it good?
Yep.
All right, we're starting with the cylinder number 1. We did the driver's side first and then the passenger side. This is the numbers, 160, 160, 165. Number 7 is the back cylinder, had 130. Number 2 and number 4 had good numbers, 170, 175. Number 6 over here had 140 and then 160. So, is the engine blown? It doesn't sound like it to me. So, basically I wanted to show you this too. Now I had trouble getting the spark plug out of here because of all this mess, but you know what? This just, you can just pull them out, these hoses and the wires, and then plug them back in when we're done. This side over here, it's not so easy, but this side was a lot easier when I removed all those things. So is the engine blown? You know, it's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Like I say, I'm just doing this because I got inspired by Pole Barn Garage. I'm gonna test the oil pressure on it when I get an oil pressure test kit and some jack stands, because I got to get under the vehicle and do that. But in the meantime, I got to put all the spark plugs and stuff back in because apparently the vehicle needs to be running to do an oil pressure test. I'm going to take the spark plugs down to AutoZone and see if they're supposed to look like that. I don't think they are, but maybe I'll just put some new spark plugs in there while I'm at it. But maybe I'll have to pull the heads off and take the oil pan off. And anyway, that's my plan. After the oil pressure test, I'm going to drop the oil pan, see if I can feel any rod movement down there, and if not, we'll take the heads off and see what it looks like under the heads. But we'll come back when I do something different. Thanks for watching.